So I figured today that I'd do a little personality test. It's been a while since I did one of these and I'm mildly narcissistic, so I figured, hey, takes less than 12 minutes. We're gonna be honest. It's gonna be good times, so let's begin. You can do this too as well, just Google 16 personalities, right? I'd find it difficult to introduce myself. Lost in thoughts? Yep. Try to respond to emails, to a certain extent. Find easy to stay relaxed. Disagree. Do not initially. Yep. You rarely do something just out of sheer curiosity. Probably neutral on that. No. I don't. I don't care about that kind of shit. Being organized is more important to you than being adaptable. Yeah. Highly motivated and energetic? Nope. Winning a debate matters less to you than not making sure no one gets upset. Neutral? You often feel as if you have to justify yourself to other people. That's kinda. Your home environment's quite tidy. Neutral. You do not mind being the center of attention. Neutral. Consider yourself more practical than creative. What do we got? Neutral. People can really upset you. Neutral. Your travel plans are usually well thought out. Yeah. It's often difficult for you to relate to other people's feelings. Sometimes. And your mood can change very quickly. Yeah. In a discussion, truth should be more important than other people's sensitivities. Absolutely. You really worry about how your actions affect other people. False. Your work style is close to random energy spikes. Yeah, envious of others. Neutral. Interesting book, video game. Fuck yeah. Being able to develop a plan and stick to it is the most important part of every project. Yeah. You really get carried away by fantasies and ideas. Disagree. Often find yourself lost in thought when you are walking in nature. Yeah, if someone does not respond to email quickly, yeah, a little bit. Neutral. Why not both? You do not let other people influence your actions. It's tricky because sometimes it's important to listen to other people's bullshit so that you understand their point of view. When you sleep, your dreams tend to focus on the real world and its events. Most often than not. It does not take you much time to start getting involved. It does. You're more of a natural improviser than a careful planner. Neutral. Emotions control you more than you control them. Probably agree with that. You enjoy going to social events that involve dress-up or roleplay activities. Neutral. Often spend time exploring unrealistic. Yeah, this one's taking a bit to think about. Yeah, I'll go with that. Rather improvise and spend time coming with your plan. Nah. You're a relatively reserved and quiet person. I try to be, but sometimes I'm not. Disagree. I often contemplate the reasons for human existence. Yeah. Logic is usually more important than heart. Yeah. Keeping your options open is more important than having a to-do list. What do we got? Neutral. If your friend is sad about something, probably, I don't know, neutral. It depends on the person. Sometimes people want help, sometimes people want support. Really feel insecure. Nah, neutral. That one. You have no difficulties coming up with a personal timetable, stick to it. Disagree. I have a lot of issues because I get distracted pretty easily. Being right is more important than being cooperative. Yeah, because if cooperation comes with the wrong thing, then you're gonna fuck up regardless of whether you do it alone or with a team. You think that everyone's views should be respected, regardless of whether they're supported by facts or not. Absolutely disagree. I think if you say something but it's unfounded, or there's nothing to back it up, and especially if it's something controversial, you should probably not say it. It's good to have facts behind you and findings that are from unbiased sources. Feel more energetic after spending time with a group of people. Disagree. Agree. I do lose stuff a lot of the time. You see yourself as very... Not really. Mind is always buzzing with unexplored ideas and plans. Fuck yeah, it is. Disagree. Usually find it difficult to relax when talking in front of many people. Absolutely. Generally speaking, you rely more on your experience and your imagination. Neutral, you worry too much about what other people think. I don't know. I think that's neutral. That's a kind of tricky question. If the room is full, stay close to the walls, avoiding the center. Agree. We'll go for mild. Have a tendency to procrastinate until there's not enough time to do everything. Neutral. Very anxious in stressful situations. Well, if it's stressful, then you're anxious by default. So, you know, that's how stress works. Stress makes people anxious. You're probably gonna be anxious if it's already deemed a stressful situation. You believe that it is more rewarding to be liked by others than to be powerful. Well, fuck neutral. You've always been interested in conventional ambiguous things, e.g. Kinda. Often take initiative in social situations. I like to let other people who are more socially adept get into the front, unless of course they are kinda incompetent. So here we go. So I'm incredibly introverted. In terms of the mind, that's absolutely fine with me. I'm the architect. That's interesting. We got energy, intuitive, observant. So I use my intuition more than I observe things. That's alright. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. I do prefer to think. I think feelings are dangerous. Feelings can get you into a lot of trouble sometimes. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision-making tactics. Judging versus prospecting. Okay, and then as identity, turbulent or assertive. So I'm just kind of all over the place, I guess. So this website, I'll get results. So start reading. You got the architect personality, lonely at the top. Oof, I don't want to get my ego going or anything like that. 8% of the population for women. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm pretty fucking squanderous with my with my energy. Yeah, now there you go. Nothing is still their attitude from achievement's goal. Bookworm? But I don't really read. I used to read, but I don't read that much. But I do like to know things. I don't know, like 50-50 on how I feel about this one. Yeah, this one with effort, intelligence, and consideration. That makes sense to me. A lot of sense. It matters a pretty. What's this? Oh right, so this is the same thing. Oh okay. Never mind. Sorry, I got confused. Okay, I thought this was all on the same page. One reflects more when traveling alone. Yep. This is genuinely quite interesting, actually. Not just because I like the fact that I am a whatever the fuck. I am an architect or whatever. And look, Elon Musk is an architect, and Christopher Nolan, and Colin Powell. Oof. Quick, imaginative, strategic mind. High self-confidence. Dunno. I mean, yeah, but I still don't. When it comes to other people. Independent, indecisive, hardworking and determined, open-minded and jack of all trades. Yeah, I mean, I can pick stuff up pretty easily, so I guess that's right. Yeah, I can be arrogant sometimes, a little bit judgmental as well, and so thinking too much. Loathe highly structured environments. Yeah, no, this is exactly me. I fucking hate it when people are just in a position of power and follow it blindly without thinking about the complications that come within a position. Yeah, and romance is pretty kind of confusing to me in general. That's why I struggle in relationships at times. What you got? Personality, emotions, no truths existing that I fear. Yeah, the question with boldness. Yeah, letting the logic do the talking and resolving. That's something I would like to work on. It's something I'm still learning, I guess. Politeness is artificial good humor. Allowing others to come first is often architect's best strategy. Yeah, no, I agree with that. If I think of this, I mean, I'm in a position at the moment where like my partner is someone from overseas and I have been working with them to try and make it work. And you know, I think that's part of teamwork, is trying to make it so that both of you are happy and you meet in the middle, you know? I don't know, I feel like this is really designed just to make your sort of eye-peen really erect. It's... Yeah, no, I agree with this. It's absolutely fine. No person will complain for want of time who never loses any. Yeah, no, I agree with this. Yeah, I personally feel that if you, as an individual, right? If you try to just think as best you can about an issue, and then, how do I say this? If there is one option that you can choose and it works, why would you think any further about it unless presented with different information? That avoids arrogance by considering the extra information and giving it time, but only of course if it has actual backing. And I will admit, I don't have a lot of really good close friends. It does frustrate me when I talk to people who like I could be good friends with, but then they say things that annoy me. Architect parents will never likely be able to deliver that sort of warmth and coddling. I don't know, like I do that sometimes. But it's because I'm far more open with my emotions than I guess I would be naturally. Like part of me really wants to be cold and calculating, but then part of me also wants to be very, very affectionate. So there's a part of me as well that's kind of bipolar, right? Well, not bipolar, I know, split personality, I guess, where part of me is also very much kind of giving and stuff like that. And that's the part that gets me in trouble. I think I'm just kind of very passive or aggressive, or maybe I beta sometimes, and fuck, I don't know. My drawing board. Work alone, absolutely. I do prefer to work alone. I don't even like working in small groups. I prefer to just get stuff done myself. Because I know that if I work on my own, I know I'm going to get the most out of a situation. Yep, architects demand progress and evolution. That is exactly me. I also enjoy controlling the ideas and being on top of it. Workplace habits. Yep, this is why work annoys me, because if I work for another boss, what tends to happen is that I get frustrated with the way things work. But I get stressed out and I don't learn things well, and then I make mistakes, and then it doubly frustrates me because then I look like I have some sort of learning disability, when in fact I get stressed out. If things don't make sense, I question it. Architects require and appreciate firm logical managers who are able to direct efforts with competence, deliver criticism when necessary, back up those decisions with sound reason. Architect colleagues. Active teamwork is not ideal with people for the architect personality type. Just taking my cat away from a stressful situation, she's gonna complain. So, Nushka, you stay here. You stay here. You stay, I'm holding you. I've got, see what I mean? Like, I'm not a cold, calculating person as per the general description of an architect here. I love animals and some people, although a lot of people really annoy me, even people close to me, when I don't understand what they're trying to communicate and why they do the things they do. I guess I kind of had to learn to be more of an affectionate person by letting down my guard and just sort of taking reasonable steps in the right direction. Or maybe it's just something I struggle with. Aren't you cutie cute? She's very, very happy right now. Okay. Here you go, Bubba. Go for a walk. Good girl. She's got a tail up. Architects make natural leaders, and this shows in their management style. It's why you'll see like a dashing sophisticated individual at the head of like nowadays anyways in movies, you'll see like a mastermind at the top of the leaderboard who is just cold and calculating. That's it. They're architects a lot of the time. The reason they got to the top is because they can make clever decisions. That meant that they got ahead of the pack, I suppose. Snarlack or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, I think that I've learned how to do this by default. It's that this is something I can relate to on several levels. At some point reading these results, you probably hit a tipping point. You went from trademark architect skeptic to, huh? Wait, what? You may even be a little uncomfortable because you are not really used to being understood even by the people you're closest to. I mean, there are some bits I disagreed with, but I am skeptical of it still. I don't think that completely fits the mold for me. But yeah, it's a misused defense. I don't think it's something to be proud of at all. I think I've learned that. I've learned that being alone isn't something to be proud of. It's a trap. But this is also fucking frustrating for me because I struggle with people who either let their emotions get on top of them, even myself, which is why there's a little bit of self-hatred, or I struggle in team situations. Like, I do not do well in team activities because I'm sort of passive. I like to let other people go first. But then they think that then I get a lot of people who I let go first, put them in a team position, and then I'll put stuff forward that seems intelligent, but they'll ignore it because they think I'm stupid because I'm letting them go first. And it's like, no, I know that you work best when you think you're in charge. And I know it's going to be far less productive if you feel like you're not being listened to because you're a dumbass who thinks that people deserve to listen to your fucking bullshit. And that sounds arrogant on my part. It's not. If you're in a group situation and the leader doesn't know what they're talking about, but they're also really aggressive, what are you supposed to do? You are a unique individual, you're not alone in this. Okay. As you move forward into the ebooks and interactive courses we offer, we go much deeper into the architect mind. We answer not just what, but why, how, and what if. Why do you act the way you do? How do you find motivation and inspiration? What if you moved beyond fear to pursue what you secretly want to achieve in life? We can show you how to use your strengths to unlock your exceptional potential and avoid common pitfalls while also staying true to who you are. So this is basically a business, isn't it? At the end of the day, this is a business. It's good to see you made it to the end. Not exactly the end. It's just an introduction. I didn't mean to examine my personality in this video. I just wanted to check it out and see if it was any good. I probably didn't even sound particularly coherent. Like half an hour ago, I was in a fit of rage because I just hated everything because my emotions are a complete mess at the moment. But like now I'm feeling kind of introspective and it's strange. I'm just looking through this to see if I can figure out how it works. Oh, so I can pay money. I don't know. I'll think about this. But I guess if we wanted to go any further with this, or just to finish off actually today, I want to say that when you do this personality test, you may find out some stuff about yourself that you weren't aware of. And if you've never really been the type who's kind of looked into yourself and tried to figure out why you do the stuff you do, this is really healthy. It's a really healthy thing to do, to be in a position where you can say, I understand myself pretty well and who I am. You don't need to be happy with yourself. Like some people might take this test and realize, hey, I really don't like myself. And that's okay. But I guess this is just me as the architect thinking. Like, what if you looked at it constructively and tried to identify what it was in particular you didn't like about who you were? Because for me, right, I guess I could say, I dislike the part about myself which isn't that great with crowds, but why would I want to be good with crowds? What benefit does that give me in the life I have at the moment? I do have friends. If anything, maybe it's better to have less friends, but to have meaningful relationships with a few people that I do genuinely have great conversations with. Conversely, if you're like an extrovert who says, more of an extroverted, who says, I struggle to be alone, maybe it's about moving to a middle point instead of being an extreme thinking, oh, I need to be exactly the other way around, because life is too meaningless for you to worry too much about that kind of shit. Like, what I mean is, nobody is going to remember anyone that exists in like 1,000 years' time, unless you're super fucking important. And because there are so many billions of us that will come after us and before us, the only thing we can do is take this temporary situation, illusion of having blood through our veins and thoughts in our mind, and a body, a vessel to carry it all in, and take it as a means of making a difference. And I suppose I wanted to make this video today because I feel like by just doing what I want to do, which is just sitting there and play video games, I feel like this is a better way of doing things because I'm communicating something, producing stuff. And again, I guess it's about thinking, how much time do I spend doing stuff versus how much time do I spend consuming stuff? And if you spend more time consuming stuff than doing stuff, are you actually an asset to the world? Or are you someone who is just taking? And are you okay with being someone who takes more than they give? Because we get taught to be a member of society, but there are people who are completely happy with that. I'm sure are completely happy with that and who feel like they're entitled to that. And that's okay too, because I'm not gonna stop you from living the way they want to live unless it affects me negatively, or unless I was in a position of power where I could do something about them affecting a wider range of people negatively. But I guess that's all I wanted to really talk about today. I'm glad I made a video. I think it was important for me to do so. I think that making videos is good. It's a good thing to do. Arnold Schwarzenegger, well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. He's a fucking Mr. Universe turned action movie star turned governor of California. Vladimir Putin. Okay. Michelle Obama. Friedrich Nietzsche. And Walter White. Peter Baelish. And Tywin Lannister. Gandalf the Grey. Yeah. Jennifer Vanderberg. The Witcher series. Katniss Everdeen. 7 of 9. Professor Moriarty. Okay, so these are obviously quite clever people. But they're only clever because I guess in one sense, they prioritize logic over everything else. And some of them who are even more kind of effective and successful are the people who have managed to not only use their brain in a way that benefits their own life and others, but they've done it in a way that is controlled and disciplined. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this. Feel free to take this video, this personality test. It's good fun. It's good fun. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And yeah, take care, see you later, and bye-bye.